Yo, what's going on? Welcome back. This is Rapology, your favorite rapper's favorite podcast. I'm your boy Maurice.
This is DJ South City.
All right, so what's going on? We're gonna jump right into it. Is Lil Wayne top five all time? Our opinion here at Rapology, me and Side. For us, we agree that Lil Wayne is top five on our list, and we want to give y'all a little bit of reasons why we feel that way. Do you want to start it off, or you want me to go first?
Okay, so I want to start this off with saying that I was not always the biggest Lil Wayne fan. Not because I didn't believe that he could rap, but just because I felt like some of the stuff he was saying was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it was just kind of at the time elementary to me a little bit just because of his similes and metaphors that I felt like he was pulling, from thin air. Like I'll never forget the line that I was kind of like, oh, this is black when he was like real G's moving in silence like lasagna. I was like, oh, come on. I remember really like flaming him for that line. But I will say that as I grew up and I matured a little bit, started listening to a lot more artists, and with the new artists that's coming out, I will say I
Right.
have much more of appreciation for Lil Wayne. And I can honestly say, as unbiased as I could be, like, yeah, I think he is top five just based off the fact of his wit, his delivery, and his cleverness. Like, Lil Wayne is a very clever, like, rapper, so I really appreciate that about him. And also, when you think about, like, impact and, like, Southern hip-hop, you have to throw Lil Wayne in the conversation. He is the mixtape king. Like, I don't know any rapper that has put out, like, more anticipated,
Right.
consistent, like fire mixtapes than like Lil Wayne. So for me, the impact, delivery, the flow, I mean the wit. Lil Wayne, yeah.
Yeah.
He's special. He's certainly special, and I do feel like he doesn't get the due, like the just due, like in as far as hip hop community goes. Like people don't really put him in the conversation, but he absolutely should be.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. To piggyback off what you were saying as far as Lil Wayne to me have like two different careers. His
Yeah.
first part of his career, when the younger Lil Wayne, Hot Boys Lil Wayne, if you listen to that Lil Wayne, you were like, there's no way that this guy would be on anybody's top five list.
Right.
He was nice, but he, like you said, some of his bars and delivery and stuff, but he wasn't there, I would say. But as he got better, as the years went on and stuff like that, and his later work, like that second generation of Cash Money, when he was carrying that flag, I would think it started probably like I'll say around 2004 with the Carter.
Yeah.
I think that's when he kind of came into his own, like this lyrical guy, became more lyrical and stuff like that. I know it was a rumor that he was getting people writing for him and stuff like that, but that's a whole nother video. I'm not sure if that's true or not,
I
but
don't think so. Was that
I
ever
think
found to be true?
I just think he
I
works
don't.
hard. Lil Wayne works hard,
Yeah.
like you said. His influence, he got some of the better hip hop quotables that you would find in a artist. He's consistent. He's one of the most consistent rappers over the last 20 years. He works his ass off. He puts in that work he has done. He's very influential. He got a lot of rappers out here trying to sound like him, look like him with the dreads and the tattoos. So I think he checked all the boxes as a top five rapper to me. My personal top five, I'm gonna name out my personal top five. I got Wayne, there's no particular order, but I got Lil Wayne in my top five. I got Jay-Z, Nas, Kendrick, and Tupac. That's my personal top five. I think all those guys, check all the boxes for a top five
Yeah.
hip hop artists. What do you think? Do you have a personal top five that you want to list off
I
real
do,
quick?
but I wasn't ready for my
Oh, you
top
already?
five. I can't even give y'all my top five because it changes by the
It changes.
mood. It really does. Like sometimes Andre 3000 is in my top five. Like honestly, sometimes
He's not
Jadakiss is in
consistent
there.
though. He's not consistent.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Like it's just again, it depends on the mood and like what I'm measuring. I think from a rapper's skill perspective, that's why I think Lil Wayne is top five as the front. And
Right.
and he makes really great like popular songs as well. I think he had a stint like probably I don't know. He started doing the rock
Yeah.
star like vibe, and he was kind of like on a different wavelength. I don't
Yeah,
know if it
yeah.
was the drugs or what, but like he kind of started off going into the Martian land, and I kind of was like, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
Like you said, the Carter and like just the whole series of dedication, like I don't know, just timeless classic like rap music, other rap music at that. That is just like bars. I don't know. I agree with you in a sense of like I do also think that Lil Wayne had two different careers. When he
Yeah,
was really, Germany, and it's just Yeah, 100 Degrees. That was a whole different version of Wayne when he
Of
was like with
yeah,
Hot Boys and stuff. It was just like, and then he kind of came into his own, you know what I'm saying, with the Carter. But how can you go against
yeah.
the dedication?
Yeah, like you said, his
You
mixtape
know?
run. I think I looked it up earlier. I think
Yeah.
he dropped like 29 mixtapes in his career.
That's what I'm
So he,
saying.
he dropped 13 solo albums, 2 collaboration albums with Birdman, Follow Like Sun, and the one he dropped a few years ago with 2 Chainz, I believe
Yeah.
called Cali Grove, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
like he puts in the work, man. Lil Wayne puts in the work, and he also has a new album coming out on the Carter 6 will be releasing in June, on June 6th, and it's said to be the end of the Carter series. Yeah, so like I said, Lil Wayne's been consistent. I think he can hold his own against any rapper in the game. He go toe to toe. He been on songs with everybody, man, from Jay-Z,
Yeah.
Eminem, Nas, you name it. Lil Wayne has been on the song, and who can forget the feature run that he went on? I say between 2007 and 2009 when he was on everybody's song. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he to me, like he deserved that crown for top five, that
Yeah.
top five crown. I know a lot of
I
people
think
might
so.
disagree with that, but
A
you know,
lot of people will, I think. I didn't realize how much of a hate train it was for Lil Wayne until the Super Bowl,
yeah,
situation came about, and everybody was like, Lil Wayne doesn't deserve to be there, which is crazy to me because I
yeah.
honestly feel like he would have put on a much better show than Kendrick Lamar.
You think so?
Because yes, because Lil Wayne has hits, like
Yeah, he
hits.
does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like and I think that's what kind of made me even forcefully put Lil Wayne in my top five. He's not in my top five, but I think he is a top five rapper. He
yeah,
deserves to be there. He is one of the ones that where I wouldn't blink an eye if somebody put him up there. But yeah, like come, and I'm
yeah.
not even talking about like Lollipop. Like, that was a time frame where I kind of felt like, oh, I'm not, I'm not a Lil Wayne fan per se. But I
Right.
mean, he has so many other records. Like 6 foot, 7 foot,
Oh
like Mrs.
yeah.
Officer, like a Millie. Like when you think about these songs, like think about a Millie. Like, come on.
Classic.
Like classic Wayne record that goes hard in a club, that is produced very well, you know what I'm saying, and created a moment in time. And I always talk about how music creates moments. And Lil Wayne had a moment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's no way Lil Wayne couldn't be considered top five if there wasn't a point in time where he was going up against Jay-Z as like one of the best rappers alive. There was a time where that was a real conversation or a real argument.
That is
And when I seen the reaction about the Super Bowl and like how people thought he was washed, I'm like, are we talking about the same Lil Wayne? Because I mean, I've seen him perform in the last 5 years live, and it wasn't as bad as people are making it seem. Like I seen him at Hip Hop 50, and he had a nice set. He had a decent set. I feel like he also does do drugs. I mean,
yeah.
you don't really know what you finna get, but I mean, I heard he did great at Dreamville. So it's like
Yeah. Yeah,
who
yeah.
who
I
really
agree with
deserves to
that. I
be
agree with
there?
that. Yeah, Lil Wayne, like I said, Lil Wayne, like you were saying, man, Lil Wayne, how can I mean, I know I get it. A lot of people might not think he is for whatever reason, but if you actually look at it and you look at
Yeah.
it objectively and you're not trying to be biased or you're not trying to hate on
Right.
the man, there's no way you can keep him out of the top five, you know?
Yeah,
He
his
has
delivery, yeah, his delivery for me really does it because like again, I'm just kind of like going down like the discography and looking at some of the top records he put out. Like,
yeah.
listen, what he did to let the beat build, like, listen, on the Kanye joint,
Oh yeah, Lil
like,
Wayne. Like I said, he has songs
yes,
with everybody, man. Like the dude has put
everybody.
in work, man. He's almost 30 years into it, and like I said, I would never have thought that. My first introduction to him was around 90. I think it was on the 400 Degrees album, and then
Nah, nah,
his yeah, exactly. Then when he came in at the end of back that ass up with the
right,
the now drop, like I was like, okay, nobody would ever
yeah,
think 25 years later that this guy would be in anybody's discussion as the greatest of all time. But I think
yeah,
he earned his stripes. He put in that work, the Young Money era, the second generation of the Cash Money era. The
right,
dude has been consistent. He's still dropping. Like I said, he had the mixtape run, the DJ Drama, the run that he had. Like it was just
right.
legendary. Lil Wayne's put in
Yeah.
work.
Yes. I definitely think that he has like some throwaway albums. Like, there was a point where it was kind of like, all right,
Yeah,
know what you want. But even on the throwaways, like, You can find some good records on there. Listen, I want somebody to argue me down about who they will put in there
Yeah.
in their top five. As far as I mean, I don't know. That's why it's hard for me because it changes on the depending on
Yeah,
the
it
day.
changes. It
Like
changes. It changes.
depends on what we talking about. But
Right,
Lil
right.
Wayne is fire.
Yeah, Lil
Lil
Wayne
Wayne
fire.
is
He's
definitely one of them ones.
Yeah, he's that. But
Yeah.
like I said, could you find a better rapper than Lil Wayne? I think you can. There's other rappers I think that rap better, but if you put everything together and all that he's done, it's like the stats. If you're talking about sports, if you're a sports
Yeah.
fan, when they consider him the goats and the greatest, they put in the whole thing. So you can't. I don't think you can give us somebody that haven't done nothing in the last 10,
Right.
15 years. You can't automatically hold that spot. I don't
Yeah.
believe in that, So I think Lil Wayne has not, Biggie out the top five if he was in there. I know people might say, but Biggie was great, but he only had 2 albums at the time.
Only had two albums, and again, skill wise, delivery wise, like if I'm keeping it a buck, I mean, Wayne.
Don't say it. Nah. I ain't gonna go that far now. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna
All
go that
right,
far. I
all right.
you know, I mean, it depends on who you
That's all I
talk
can
to,
say. It's like
Yeah, but
people got it because because Biggie, like classic, like I get it, but like let's keep it a buck. Like how many Lil Wayne songs are you spinning versus how many Biggie songs? I
yeah,
mean, I don't know. It's just, and you know what I also think I realized is that it depends on where you're from.
yeah, that's
So
true
I
too.
realized like a lot of East Coast people is going
Oh
to
yeah,
obviously
all
naturally
top.
tend to go with
Yeah.
Biggie, right? But if you ask a Southern community, they absolutely gonna say Lil Wayne. So I also think it's that. I'm from the Midwest. Y'all from Chicago, so
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
I agree
I
with
don't
that.
have no dog in the fight.
Yeah, yeah. So you right there in the middle.
Like I'm in the middle. We're in the middle with it. So but I'm unbiased opinion is like Lil
Okay.
Wayne
So how do
lyrically.
you think he compared to somebody like Nas?
I think he goes toe to toe with Nas. Don't he got a record with Nas? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, yeah. He appeared on the Magic. Which one was it? I think it was the last one, Magic 3.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne appears on the song.
Yes. I
And
need
like
to
I said,
revisit.
he did his thing on there. He did his thing on there. You think career wise, and look, Nas has been consistent as well. I think Nas is a better rapper and everything like that. I rank him higher, but you
He
can put
has
Lil
Nas
Wayne.
has more substance and more storytelling. Lil Wayne doesn't have like those other elements. Hip hop that I think a lot of people are looking for or would consider to be in their top five. And so when I think about Lil Wayne, I'm like, okay, can you put him up against like a Rakim? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a different
Lyrically,
era. It's hard to say because it's like it's a
yeah.
different era.
Yeah, exactly. Lyrically, Rakim in his prime I think he will wash Lil Wayne, but
Okay, so okay, that's
I
hot
think he
take number
will.
one from today's episode. Like,
Rakim was a beast, man. Rakim is a beast.
in
He's still active, but
Rakim's prime, would he been
I think he will
better
wash him.
than Lil
How does Lil
Wayne?
Wayne compare to hip hop legends like the Rakims, the Biggies,
Great
Tupac's,
question.
Nas, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Kendrick?
Great question.
Where do he stack up? Like I said, he got the record sales, he got the influence, he has the bars, he has standout moments. Do you have a favorite Lil Wayne album or a favorite Lil Wayne single or moment or
I
anything
love
like
No
that you can
Ceilings
think of?
too. I don't know. I love No Ceilings too. But I also love Dedication. I
Okay,
was trying to figure out before today's episode, like which one I like the best. But I think Dedication too. I think that might be
okay.
my favorite one. But I
The
love
2000
Lil Wayne mixtapes.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
dedication series with DJ Drama.
Yeah.
Yep.
What DJ Drama is like one of my favorites,
The
like
drought.
hands
Yeah.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was the time. Like I was around. I was outside during those times, and
Oh
Lil
yeah.
Wayne was running everything. Like what? How could for a minute too? For a minute, for a hot
Yeah,
minute.
like I said, that run, it was just legendary. Then when he came out
Yeah,
with the Carter 3 and he sold what 1 million copies in the first week, like dude got legendary
crazy.
status,
Yeah.
man. I know it ain't all about record sales and everything, but I'm
Ah,
just
but
putting the
even the
whole
mixtapes.
totality together.
I listen. I remember being in high school and like how anticipated like the dedication mixtapes were, and like
Right.
just you know what I'm saying. Like it was definitely for the underground. You know what I'm saying, listeners
Yeah.
for sure. I think that the radio a lot of the time was trying to play like the East Coast, you know what I'm saying? Or they was pushing Nelly really hard during that time. But
Yeah,
Lil
yeah,
Wayne was, I feel like in the streets, like Lil Wayne was hot. Like people was looking forward to Lil Wayne. Like everybody I know in the hood was on him.
right. Yeah, he's well respected in the industry.
Yeah,
From his peers, he inspired a new generation of rappers. Like I said,
yeah,
dude influence is just crazy. And like I said, I know people might say, "Oh, he stole such style," or he's okay,
hmm,
that's for another thing. But you can't deny the man influence on the rap game. Nobody was looking like that in hip hop
yeah,
until Lil
yeah,
Wayne. So
yeah,
yeah, I give him, like I said, I give him his credit. I
yeah.
put him in the
Nah,
top five. I put him in my top five. I think he should be universally recognized as the top five
yeah,
rapper, in my humble opinion. I'm gonna list out my top five Lil Wayne albums right now. The first one I think is his best album, and that would be the Carter 2. I still think that's his best album out of his whole
yeah. Agree.
catalog. And my second one, I'm gonna go with the Carter 3. I'm gonna go with Carter 3. Both of them critically acclaimed. That was the follow up. So I got Carter 3 as my second top albums. And then what is that, number three? I'm gonna stay in the Carter series. I'm gonna go with the Carter 5, his last
Mm,
the 2018 release. And number four, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go with his debut album. I'm gonna put The Block Is Hot in there, the
the block is hot.
1999 release. Yeah, Lil Wayne, The Block Is Hot, Hot Boys,
Yeah,
Big Time was what a time to be alive. You had to be there.
yeah,
And at number five, I'm just gonna go with the first Carter. So yeah, the first one that he released in 2004, the one he came into his own. So I definitely got to have that one in my top five Lil Wayne albums. So
yeah.
run that
I
off
don't know.
real quick.
It's hard because for me, it's not his albums. Like
You don't
I don't
think
know.
so?
My top five, I would have to like list the projects. Like it would have to be inclusive of the mixtapes because I can't imagine a Lil Wayne top five without thinking about the drought and
Yeah, yeah, you
dedication.
got for him,
Wait,
you
like
got
I
to
don't know.
talk about his mixtape run. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, like I don't know. But I guess all right, so let me just right now I'm gonna do a top five. I might. It's a toss up between the Carter 3 and the Carter 2 for me because, I mean, the Carter 3 just had a lot more. It was a more cohesive album to me.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I would
mean,
agree.
it felt like I had a lot more. It almost felt like Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy. Like it was just no skips. Like, it was such a defined moment where the radio played that album out so much.
Right.
It was almost like drilled into my head. I would say I still think Carter 2 though was a fire follow to the
I
Carter.
agree.
So I'm gonna go with Carter 3 1 as like my top, and then the Carter 2 as like my second favorite. And then I don't know, do you call No Ceilings a mixtape? Is that considered?
Yeah, it's considered a mixtape, but if you want to throw that in there,
Okay.
like you said, you want to go with
Nah,
this
because
whole.
I gotta lead the mixtapes out. Yeah, I gotta lead the mixtapes out. So we're gonna do Carter 3, Carter 2. I'm actually gonna go with the Carter as the third one. It's almost like backwards. And then, ironically, I did like this album called I Am Not a Human Being. Some of the songs in it were like really fire.
Okay.
But I don't know if I want to put that as like, hold on, let me go back and see the track list. Like, I don't know if I want to put that on my top.
Don't say
I have
Rebirth. Don't
some,
say that. Don't say that. Rock
no.
album. That shit was trash.
No, not that one. Yeah, but low key though, low key, I'm not even being too has like a few cuts on here, but I'm not gonna put that as my number four. Number four, I'm going to put. Let's see what's on 500 degrees if I remember. I'm a gangster skank. Yeah, where you at? I'm gonna put 500 degrees because I liked Big
Great.
Timers. And yeah, and I remember just feeling like, who's this little guy? Who's this
Yeah.
kid? And then I go Black is Hot is number five.
Oh, you gonna go with Block? Okay. So
I go Black
you
is
got
Hot is number
two
five.
back in the day Lil Wayne albums on there on your top five.
Yeah, because 500 Degrees, like that definitely was an album that I remember like just listening to and being like, oh, okay, this is like raunchy rap. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Southern rap. That's what reminded me of. It was just like Southern rap from this little kid. Not a little kid, but you know, he was
Yeah,
young at
yeah,
the
I know what you
time.
mean. Coming of age.
So yeah, so I was just like looking at some of the track lists and I'm thinking about the song in my head and like, oh yeah, I remember that one. So for me, it was memorable. 100 Degrees is memorable. Yeah, and Black is Hot was too though.
Yeah, Block is Hot, man. It was just a
He got
time
loud
and
pipes
era.
so big time. Yeah, for sure. Cause when did the Black is Hot come out? What year was that?
99.
Yeah, and that was 99, doing it for the 99,
Yeah, that's
2000.
what Cash
Yeah.
Money, we had the game on lock.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
releasing
yeah.
albums, BG, Juvenile, Big Diamonds, Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
That whole
Nah, you're right.
like I said,
That's what I'm
that
saying.
era.
So you was like, yeah, two different eras, two different sounds. Like I really
Yeah,
got the southern, not to say like all the other albums wasn't, southern influence, but like
yeah.
Block is High, 500 Degrees. That definitely was like the young Wayne, like, yeah.
Yeah, you could tell the growth, and he started
Mhm.
working with more outside producers. Around
Yeah,
that era, it was exclusively Manny Fresh, legendary
right.
Manny Fresh. One of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. South New,
Yeah.
so he had that sound, that Cash
Uh-huh.
Money
Yeah.
sound. Kind of switched over. Once Manny Fresh left, he kind of branched out, started working with other producers. His sound changed. You could tell the growth in Lil Wayne. So
Yeah.
I think, like I said, that was the second part of his career. And
Yeah.
that right there took him to legendary status in my
Yeah.
opinion. Before
No,
that,
I agree.
he was just a role player, but his second half from the Carter to now made him a Hall of Famer, made him top 5, made him
Mhm.
legendary. So I say Lil Wayne, he's nice and he can get on
He
the
is
track with
nice.
anybody and hold his own. So do you have anything else you want to say on that? What do y'all think? Who is your top 5? What do you think in the comments? Is Lil Wayne top 5? Is he top 10? Or you don't have him on your list at all? Just let us know, like, comment, and subscribe. Just let us know what you think,
Yeah.
what you have to say about it before we
Definitely.
close it out.
Definitely. Let us know in the comments. Share with a friend. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Let us know. And maybe
Yeah.
we tripping. Like, I don't know. I feel like it is definitely a controversial statement to say Lil Wayne is in the
Oh
top
yeah, yeah,
five
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah. A
all
lot of people.
time. But we could. I'm willing to debate it.
You definitely can argue. You could argue. It's
Yeah.
not. I don't think it's crazy though. Like I said, you look at the numbers speak for itself. And when I say numbers, I'm not talking about album sales. I'm just talking about everything the man done and the work he's put in. So it speaks for itself. So that's why I would say he has to be in that top 5, in my opinion. Like I says, all opinions are yours. I
Don't kill us in the
digress. Your
comments.
mileage might vary. So you just know. And before we close out this show, I want to give a shout out to Outkast and Salt and Pepper for being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yes.
class of 2025. So shout out to them. Shout out
Big
to hip
air
hop.
horns. Yes. Well
Yeah,
overdue. Well
yeah.
overdue.
So shout
That's
out to them.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Outkast, Big Boy, Andre 3000, Salt and Pepper, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But that was gonna do it for today's show. Like I said, we want to
Nice
come to
and
you guys.
sweet. Short,
Yeah,
nice,
nice,
short and
sweet.
sweet.
Exactly. Just want to come to you guys and pose a question. Is Lil Wayne top 5 all time? Let us know in the comments. This is Rapology. I'm your boy Maurice.
This is DJ Star City.
And we signing off. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.